In 1998, a small Chinese company copied a messaging app and accidentally built the world's most valuable gaming empire. But this is no ordinary copying story. Today, Tencent owns pieces of nearly every game you've ever played, controls the digital lives of over 1 billion people, and makes more money from gaming than Sony and Microsoft combined. Yet most people in the West have never heard of them. This is the story of how 5 friends in a cramped apartment became the puppet masters of the digital world, and why that should terrify every Western tech giant. Ma Huateng wasn't trying to build an empire in 1998. He was just a 27-year-old programmer who wanted to quit his boring job at a paging company. Along with 4 college friends, he scraped together $60,000 to start Tencent in a tiny apartment in Shenzhen, a city that barely existed on maps just decades earlier. Their first product was OICQ, a blatant copy of Israel's ICQ Messenger. But here's where the story gets interesting. While ICQ was designed for computer geeks, Ma Huateng saw something the original creators missed. He realized that in China, where internet cafes were exploding and young people were desperate for connection, a simple messaging app could become something much bigger. OICQ launched with cartoon avatars, customizable profiles, and chat rooms. Within months, it had hundreds of thousands of users. But success brought an unexpected problem. They were burning through money faster than they could raise it. The servers couldn't handle the traffic, and they had no idea how to make money from free messaging. By 1999, Tencent was hemorrhaging cash. They tried everything, licensing the software to telecom companies, charging subscription fees, even attempting to sell the entire company. Every door slammed shut. The dot-com crash was approaching, and investors were running scared. Ma Huateng later admitted they considered shutting down multiple times. They were so desperate that they tried selling OICQ to competitors for just $1 million. Everyone said no. It seemed like game over for the company that would later be worth $400 billion. But sometimes, being forced against the wall breeds the most dangerous innovation. In 2000, faced with bankruptcy, Tencent made a decision that seemed insane at the time. Instead of focusing on messaging, they decided to turn their users into customers through virtual goods. They introduced QQ Show, where users could buy virtual clothes, accessories, and decorations for their avatars. Western observers laughed. Why would anyone pay real money for digital clothes that don't exist? But Ma Huateng understood something about Chinese culture that Silicon Valley missed. In a society where personal expression had been suppressed for decades, these virtual identities became a form of digital rebellion. The model exploded. Users weren't just buying virtual clothes. They were buying status, identity, and belonging. Within months, QQ Show was generating millions in revenue. Tencent had accidentally discovered the formula that would dominate the digital economy: free access, paid enhancement. But the real breakthrough came in 2003, when Tencent noticed something strange in their data. Users were spending hours in QQ chat rooms, playing simple text-based games with each other. Instead of dismissing this as a distraction, Ma Huateng saw opportunity. They launched QQ Game, a platform where users could play cards, board games, and simple puzzles together. Again, the core was free, but players could buy power-ups, special items, and advantages. The gaming platform exploded to 100 million users almost overnight. This success taught Tencent a crucial lesson. They weren't really a messaging company or even a gaming company. They were a social ecosystem company. Everything they built was designed to keep users inside their digital universe for as long as possible. They became the most sophisticated copycat machine in tech history. Whenever a successful app emerged anywhere in the world, Tencent would create a Chinese version, integrate it into their ecosystem, and often surpass the original. WhatsApp gained popularity. Tencent launched WeChat. Clash of Clans dominated mobile gaming. Tencent created Clash Royale. League of Legends became massive. Tencent bought Riot Games entirely. They weren't just copying, they were systematically absorbing the best ideas from around the world. But here's the genius part. Every acquisition and every copy was designed to feed back into their central ecosystem. A WeChat user might discover Tencent games through social recommendations. A gamer might start using Tencent's payment systems. Everything connected, creating a digital gravitational pull that became nearly impossible to escape. By 2010, Tencent controlled Chinese digital life so completely that they set their sights on global domination. But instead of directly competing with Facebook or Google, they chose a more subtle approach. They started buying pieces of every major Western gaming company. They acquired majority stakes in Riot Games, Supercell, and Epic Games. They bought pieces of Activision Blizzard, Ubisoft, and dozens of smaller studios. Today, if you're playing a popular video game, there's a good chance Tencent owns part of it. This wasn't just about profits, it was about data and influence. Through these investments, Tencent gained access to the gaming habits, preferences, and social connections of hundreds of millions of Western users. They were building a global surveillance network disguised as entertainment. The true scope of Tencent's power became clear during the 2020 pandemic. While Western tech companies struggled with remote work and supply chain disruptions, Tencent's ecosystem flourished. WeChat became the backbone of China's digital economy, processing payments, delivering food, booking appointments, and managing government services. In a single app, they had recreated society itself. Users could live entirely within Tencent's ecosystem, and increasingly, they had no choice. The company that started by copying a messaging app had become the digital infrastructure of the world's second-largest economy. But the most shocking revelation came in 2021, when security researchers discovered something disturbing. Many of Tencent's international games were quietly collecting far more user data than disclosed, including location tracking, contact lists, and device information. The entertainment empire was also a data collection machine of unprecedented scope. Today, Tencent is worth over $400 billion and touches the digital lives of nearly 1.3 billion people. They've proven that in the internet age, controlling the social layer of technology is more powerful than controlling the hardware or even the software. Ma Huateng's strategy was deceptively simple. Make yourself indispensable by becoming the social fabric that connects everything else. It's a model that Western tech giants are desperately trying to copy, but they may already be too late. The company that started by copying others has become the template that everyone else is now trying to replicate. And that might be the most brilliant business strategy of the 21st century. If this story of how